Thank you for joining me. This tutorial is the much requested snow cone. Show you my secret here. There's actually a few ways to make snow cones. This is just the way I like to do them, but I've thought of many other ways. It's all possible. For the snow cone itself, I use white clay. I roll it into a ball. Most of the time I roll it into a 1/2-inch ball. I like them to be a good charm size. Then I roll my index finger against the side to create the cone. So there we have the cone shape of the snow cone and a rounded top. From here, I would take some white and roll it out into a snake. You can do this a couple ways. You can roll it out like this, or you could feed it through a clay extruder with a round setting. I place it on the side of the snow cone and I wrap it all the way around to where it meets. Most snow cones I've seen, the people just end it there and try to smooth it as best as possible. But I figure, why not make a design feature? So I wrap it around the edge, do a little spiral. So there you have a snow cone with a spiral edge. There we bake it. Mine are not too big, so I'm able to bake mine. I always say according to manufacturer's instructions because you may be using a different clay. This is white primo. For mine, they're small enough that I could bake them at 275 for about 33 minutes. So once you're done with that, here you have a baked snow cone. So this has already been baked. You are going to see how easy this is. Now, I take a little bit of triple thick. The best thing for this particular project is the old Sculpey glaze. I loved the old Sculpey glaze that was nice and thick and super clear. You could see the colors, and it dries a little bit differently. Triple thick is the only other item that I've found that works. The other varnishes are way too thin, and you need it to be thick. So what I'm doing is putting red food coloring in here. You can use pastels, but the pastels, they leave granules. This is my first color on my rainbow snow cone. And the thing is, that's great about this, is if you like snow cones in one color, you just mix one color and you put it all over. Now what I do to help me keep it even is I'm starting where the seam is, and I paint right here on the snow cone. What I do from here is take these little lovelies. They are glass beads, and just be gentle with rolling it, but as you can see, I rolled it in the beads, and there is our first color. You could shape it a little bit, and then from here, just go ahead and let the red dry. You want to let it dry for about an hour. Now we'll do the next color. Here is a dry one that I made a couple hours ago. The second color is yellow. So I take my yellow powdered food coloring, drop it on top. And the good thing about this too is if you use less food coloring or less pastel, it will be paler and more pastel. The more you add, the richer the color will be. Just try to mix in the granules to make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of dark spots. But from here, I paint along the edge of the red with the new color, right? And then very carefully coat that new color in the micro beads. And then I would go ahead and let that dry. I do an hour between each one. We're going to do green now. And like I said, if you want a snow cone just in one particular color, then just paint it around the whole snow cone, dip it all the way around into the micro beads, and let it dry. This green looks very pale, but once you add quite a bit, it becomes quite rich. You'll see what I mean in a second. This one is called apple green. It's the Linnea's powdered food coloring, but this could be any powdered food coloring. You see this one? I have an already finished yellow and red. And I'm painting some green in the center. The green is the very center color. So I let it come over the edge a little bit, over the halfway mark. We have two colors left. So from here, I will roll it again. And there you have your third color. Let it dry. I like to use an aqua instead of a blue, personally, but you can use blue if you like. If you're wanting to go with a true rainbow, it would be blue next anyway, but I like a dark rich aqua one. This one is called blue in for the powdered food coloring, and it looks blue here under this particular light. I'm using a daylight bulb. It's evening here, but I was really wanting to show you guys how to do this tonight. I was really wanting to do this weekend for you. So I have a bright daylight bulb, and those have a lot of blue of tint to it. Here we go. So here is the next one that is dry and waiting for us, and we paint on the blue. And we only have one more color left to go. So we have it all nice and coated. And you roll it around. If you're kind of heavy-handed at this and it's getting smashed on any of the colors, then you could actually alternatively pour the beads on instead of rolling them around. Last color, guys. I use an eggplant kind of plummy color for this. You could use a more true purple if you would like. I mean, this is so simple, you know. I don't know if many of you guys even get to this point. You already had the idea before. I'm sure by the second and third color you know how I do it. So from here, I painted the last purple color on, and then I roll it in the beads again. So here we go. And there we go. So there is our snow cone. Yay! So this batch that I did is a very bright colored batch. This is one of the first batches I did with the triple thick. You could see the red is a dark russet red. For some reason it dries like that with the triple thick, where the liquid Sculpey glaze, the old one that's clear if you have it, it dries a truer red. And you can actually counteract that by adding a little yellow to the red if you don't like how dark that is. But depending on how much color you put in, these are the exact same colors I used last time, and you could see the difference of brightness. If you want them paler like this, more icy, then you add a little less powdered food coloring. If you want them really rich and colorful like this, then you add more food coloring. I just wanted to show you both options. This is a fun one. It's super simple. You could also, alternatively, if you wanted to go through more work, you can do a different color top in clay, rub TLS on it, and roll it in the micro balls too. The micro balls that I use, the little beads here, they're clear. They're the Martha Stewart brand that I use. That's because they're just completely clear glass beads. There's other brands that craft stores are now carrying that are supposed to be clear, but they're iridescent, so it gives almost like a slightly different rainbow effect. When you use them, it shines back at you in different colors. And for the snow cones that are a solid color, that's nice, but for snow cones that you really want to see the rich rainbow colors, it's really better to go with a completely clear glass rather than a glass that's supposed to shine different rainbow colors. So that's going to be it for our rainbow snow cones. I hope that you enjoy it. I used the triple thick because it's nice and thick and it will hold the beads on. If you have the old Sculpey gloss glaze, the clear, it is the best for this. There's one other thick glaze out there on the market that I really like. It's called Diamond Glaze, but I live pretty close to the beach, and for some reason Diamond Glaze here gets sticky after about 3 months. So it will dry and you'll think it's wonderful. It's super clear like the old Sculpey glaze was, but if you have high humidity, it will get wet on you and sticky. I had to throw away 3 months worth of charms that I made because they were getting sticky, and it's just the humidity in the air. If you live in a really dry climate, the Diamond Glaze would probably be wonderful, but I just wanted to let you know that in case you've stumbled across that and you live anywhere near the ocean. Thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead and feel free to leave more requests, more comments. Let me know what you like and dislike. Thank you so much. Bye.